The Horten H9, often described as the pinnacle of the Horten brothers' lifelong pursuit of the perfect flying wing, stands as one of the most mysterious and groundbreaking aircraft concepts of the 20th century. Conceived in the desperate final years of World War II, the H9, also known as the Ho II, was Germany's bold attempt to revolutionize aviation through an all-wing, jet-powered design unlike anything the Allies had ever seen. Created by brothers Reimar and Walter Horten, the aircraft embodied their radical vision to eliminate the traditional fuselage and tail, replacing them with a seamless, aerodynamic wing that promised reduced drag, greater efficiency, and exceptional speed. Developed under Hermann Göring's 3x1000 directive, an aircraft capable of carrying 1,000 kilograms of bombs over 1,000 kilometers at 1,000 kilometers per hour, the H9 represented a technological gamble that could have changed the balance of air power had it reached mass production. The development timeline began in March 1944, when the unpowered V1 prototype successfully flew as a glider, proving that a pure flying wing could be stable and controllable. Encouraged by these results, the brothers advanced to the V2 prototype, powered by twin Junkers Jumo 4 turbojet engines, the same engines used in the Messerschmitt Me 262, the world's first operational jet fighter. However, the V2's testing was plagued by wartime resource shortages and Allied bombing campaigns, and tragedy struck when it crashed in early 1945, killing its test pilot. Meanwhile, the V3 prototype was already under construction and nearing completion when American forces captured the Gotha production facility. The unfinished airframe was seized, dismantled, and shipped to the United States, where it remains preserved at the Smithsonian Institution's Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy Center near Washington, D.C. to this day. It stands as one of the most important surviving artifacts of Nazi Germany's late-war experimentation with jet propulsion and stealth-like aerodynamics. The H9's design was far ahead of its time. Its seamless flying wing shape eliminated the traditional fuselage and tail, relying instead on control surfaces called elevons and spoilers to manage pitch, roll, and yaw. Built with steel tubing and plywood skin due to wartime material shortages, it was a lightweight yet powerful structure capable, at least on paper, of reaching speeds near 600 mph and altitudes of 50,000 feet. Decades later, claims by Reimar Horten that the aircraft used radar-absorbing charcoal in its glue sparked speculation that it might have been the world's first stealth aircraft. However, Smithsonian analyses found no evidence of such material, leaving historians divided over whether stealth was part of the original design or a later embellishment. Efforts to fill in the gaps of the H9's story continued well into the modern era, including a notable full-scale replica built by Northrop Grumman in the early 2000s for a National Geographic documentary. Radar tests on the replica produced mixed results. Some reports claimed reduced radar visibility, while official Smithsonian findings did not, further deepening the mystery surrounding the aircraft's true capabilities. One of the most enduring controversies surrounding the H9 concerns its alleged stealth properties. Years after the war, Reimar Horten claimed he had mixed charcoal powder into the aircraft's glue to absorb radar waves, suggesting that the H9 was the first aircraft ever designed with radar evasion in mind. If true, this would make it not only the first jet-powered flying wing, but also the first stealth aircraft in history. However, when the Smithsonian examined the surviving V3 prototype, no traces of carbon or radar-absorbing material were found, casting doubt on Horten's post-war claims. In the early 2000s, Northrop Grumman engineers constructed a full-scale replica of the H9 for a National Geographic documentary, using available blueprints and museum data to test its radar cross-section. The results were inconclusive. Official Smithsonian reports found no measurable stealth effect, yet some popular media accounts suggested otherwise. These conflicting interpretations only deepened the aircraft's enigmatic legacy. For decades, historians and engineers have struggled to piece together the H9's full story. Only fragments survive: an unfinished prototype, partial blueprints scattered across archives, and isolated reports of test flights. Many believe that the complete design documents were destroyed at the end of the war to prevent them from falling into Allied hands. Others suspect they may still exist in uncatalogued private collections. This uncertainty has kept the H9 hovering between myth and reality, its true capabilities locked behind missing pages and unverified rumors. That stalemate, however, may now be ending. According to recent insider briefings, a research team has reportedly used a cutting-edge quantum AI design pipeline to digitally resurrect the Horten H9 from surviving fragments. This revolutionary approach integrates inverse design generative models, AI systems capable of inferring missing geometric and structural details from incomplete data, with quantum-inspired optimization solvers that handle complex aerodynamic and radar simulations beyond the limits of classical computing. By feeding the Smithsonian's precise V3 measurements, archival blueprints, and high-resolution scans of materials into this system, the AI iterated through thousands of potential reconstructions until it produced a consistent, production-grade model that matched known historical dimensions within millimeter-level tolerances. According to preliminary reports, this digital recreation was so detailed that some researchers remarked it looked as though the original aircraft had been designed by an advanced computational system itself. The reconstructed model provides new insights into how the engines may have integrated, how control systems were configured, and how the aircraft might have performed under real aerodynamic conditions. While these findings remain unverified pending peer-reviewed publication, the technologies involved are legitimate and have already been applied in modern aerospace engineering. If validated, this project would mark the first time that an incomplete historical aircraft has been reconstructed to such a degree of fidelity using artificial intelligence. The implications of this digital resurrection are profound. For the Smithsonian and other museums, it could allow precise point-by-point comparison between the AI model and the physical artifact, confirming dimensions, materials, and structural configurations that have remained uncertain for nearly 8 decades. For engineers, it could enable aerodynamic testing and radar analysis in ways that were never possible with the incomplete prototype. Wind tunnel models and computational fluid dynamics simulations could finally determine whether the H9 truly possessed the speed, range, and radar profile that legend has long claimed. For historians, it represents the potential to replace speculation with measurable data, transforming the H9 from a wartime myth into a quantifiable reality. Beyond the H9 itself, this achievement could revolutionize the study of lost technologies across history, from unbuilt aircraft and vanished inventions to ancient architectural marvels, by demonstrating that AI can bridge the gaps left by time. It is a striking fusion of eras, 1940s wartime ingenuity reborn through 21st century computation. If the quantum AI reconstruction proves accurate and its dataset is made public, it would allow anyone to explore, analyze, and even 3D print sections of a design once thought lost forever. After nearly 80 years in the shadows, the ghost of the Horten H9 may have finally taken flight again, not in metal or plywood but in data, where the secrets of one of history's most radical aircraft are at last coming to life.